Limbus Company. Hello! Alright. Oh, everyone enjoyed this little jump scare. This roller jump scare is pretty good. Alright, but I turn it off. Okay. So hello everyone. Welcome to Limbus Company. I regret explanation. The mirror says I cursed this. The reason why. Who am I? Where we continue onward with spring cultivation. Doing better now than the previous days. Lesson, we had a preview on what is going to happen in this interval. Now we have the 12 teachers of La Mancha. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Also, I want to point that out. Let it be clear to everyone. This is our way identity. Just a Haitian flag. The announcement of one Haitian pack and one way identity. So you can figure it out yourself. I mean, it is still difficult because with this artwork it's much more difficult, but this one, I mean, this one did remind me kind of way, but it didn't think much of it back then. And then learning more about him, and then slowly more and more noticed it. So yeah, we got one lady. The toad! Yeah.
이제 앞으로나 만국된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
Yeah. I hate this already, and the fight didn't even start. Good. So many of just talking.
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살아보지 마라. 숨통 끊기. 무상한 목숨. 불끈하게 지원해. 단테님은 매번 기쁜 발상을 떠올리시네.
Yes.
모든 것에 견뎠어.
저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지.
예.
즐거움. 언제나 순탄치 않았고 때로는 어설펐지만 여러분과 함께하는 여행은 늘 제 마음을 설레게 만들었답니다. 그렇게 여기서 멈추고 싶지 않아요, 단테님.
일기당천.
오 와우.
토끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어라.
너 방금은 실수였던 거죠? 저분은 어디 아프신 걸까요? 아까랑 다르게 기운이 없어 보여요.
목을 떨궈주마. 모든
무용품
것을
자로요. 보면 아는 것을 상기시키는 연방이었습니다.
단테님, 저분이 방금 굉장히 중요한 걸 잃으셨어요.
Even if it was easy. But no. Still, I'm like,
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로
still
세우고
hate it nonetheless.
내일은 더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
What does the my XP think it's low? Probably terrible. Alright. Wanna see, since there's a director used it, how far would he get up? Okay, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Just to this check out. Almost. Almost. LCB regular check. Yeah. I wanna see what my shots doing. Okay. Okay. Okay, I could uptie some of the Haitians. but I only could. Will I do it? Maybe later. Here we go. 5 days until. Oh. Will be more possessed less. So for our actual plan, by the way, this is, I think we should go through that. Our current goal is not, since some things have happened. This is not going to be a full-on marathon of spring cultivation. It's still going to be somewhat of a marathon. I still want to go through a fair bit of the event. But then on Sunday I'm going to go live again, finishing it off. And that's going to be a really early one. So yeah. 12 teachers. Coretta sadness will lash out indiscriminately, so be careful. We are planning to train in E.G.O anyway, but it seems that we are now under an unexpected deadline. Hey, when you said the LCD was going to help me out, did you guys mean that you were going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Everything is over. Of course not, Chichin. Big Sister Yuanshan's knows a snake. You have just given her 30 days to set the perfect stage for my downfall. To prove that the world once and for all that I am not qualified for at all to be the family hero. But Chichin, weren't you always so good at humbling anyone who dared underestimate you? No, not anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I thought I just had to hold on with everything I had. I thought that's all I ever had to do. But now... No. Is that different? It's true that I am vastly underqualified to be the family hero, and she's right. I pretty much lucked into this position. Don't tell me that a woman's bullshit actually got to you. Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? I'm just some kid who happened to be just good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid that the responsibility of a family hero might be too much. Her self-confidence has significantly decreased compared to the observation from our previous interaction. The heck, Chichin? I don't remember you being this kind of character. What happened to the girl who looked down on us the moment we met? You even had the audacity to pretend to not know who we were, didn't you? Where did all that confidence go, girl? Actually, got under her skin back then, huh? So, Chichin, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you cool with letting this happen? If I let it happen, Big Sister Yuanshan's going to continue expanding her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of the directions have been cozying up to each other for a long time. This implication that her testaments on her influence were true. Yep, it's true. Before she left for Q-Cup, Big Sister Yuanshan used to always accompany Chiamu to these assemblies. If we just let them hold their vote of no confidence, they are going to anonymously vote against me and slowly reduce the family hero's scope of power. And and who knows, they might even call for a re-evaluation, however unlikely that sounds. I don't know if it just went like fuck. No. Besides, Big Sister Yansha, I think her definition of Hongyuan's prosperity might be different from mine. What she's looking for isn't E.G.O.'s prosperity. It's Dark One Yuan's. And I know that this all has something to do with its ties to E.G.O, which I bet has already been going on for a while, just under my radar. I'm sure they already had plenty of talks behind my back. Which is not the kind of vision you have for Hongyuan's future, right? And that's why you spoke up against her. My wish for Hongyuan is... I want to change E.G.O to be the kind of place where people can live without fear. Just never imagined that I have to prove myself like this. And in only 30 days. Even if your wish hasn't changed, right? It hasn't. Great, great. So it's decided then, huh? We just need Fao to deliver the bad news to Soda. So to summarize, the responsibility of training Chichen to win these matches, I mean these amorphous tests upon which hinges the family hero's fate, and almost every facet of which is entirely under Qie Yuan's control, by the way, and is probably a trap within the next 30 days is ours. We have to explain that to Soda. Wow. That sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that. Postmortem reports have become quite rote. Sometime later. Privy, thou must impress upon the illustrious red gaze that 'twasn't mine idea this time. Don't scarred for life. Since they stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate plea towards Soda. Yes, I understand. That as well, for the 8th time. As always, Soda was wearing the same refreshingly comprehensible smile. The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it lasts. The king of smile. It's the brother of the neighboring country of the king of vines. Well, that gives us about 30 days, during which those sparring matches, tests, whatever will be happening as well. Great. Then let's give it our best. Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what happened. Yes, I understand. I never should have stepped out of line like that. That's something just... Yeah, so let's give it our best. I totally agree, we messed everything up again and what? Limbus Company was always going to remain here. This is Miss Chichen. Acclimatize herself to the responsibility of the family hero. It was always part of our plan. Well, I sure am glad that it took Faust's advice about how meticulous planning is completely pointless when it comes to LCB's missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate discriminatory incident reports back during the Jacob incident had I known. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, my lord was concerned that such thing would come to pass. That is why he has left Shiloh and I here to look after the new family hero's position, which must still be on rather thin ice. Oh, that's what they were privately talking about when he pulled them outside. Doing nothing and allowing her wicked machinations to progress would have irrevocably made the entire board of directors not but put in Yuan Chun's hands. And that would have led the snake to the factor, assumed the seed of the family hierarch. Against such an insidious foe who wields intrigue as a weapon, the most valuable strategy is the most direct one, to challenge her head on. Besides, has this not given you the excuse needed to prolong our company's stay in Daguanyan? This is also a prime opportunity for Gia to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome of the vote of no confidence. They have played right into our hands by accepting this deal. So, I don't want to rain on everyone's parade, but are we not even going to consider what might happen if we fail? No, we're not. Because you will not fail. None of us aid in your efforts. Also, it is serious back there when you said that that we are going to teach him, all 12 of us? I won't object to selecting only a few of us to better aptitude for the educators. By the way, we already have an established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities, because the results were entirely to my satisfaction to the unexpected incident. So that is a statement mirrored in narrowed vision rife with factual reflections. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are defined not by such statistics. So you must be the one who plays last in the scale. I did it all. That sound effect would be perfect for an sound alert. Boom. That's doing anything but there's not to stand out like the saw farm. The farm? Like a saw farm, not the farm again. I may have overreacted them. My lord has said that from the virtues we may learn to replicate their merits. From the flawed we may learn to avoid their failings. As long as the student is willing to learn, anything can be a teacher. Also, to embrace this teaching, seek from those who we come across. Just what in the heavens are you doing? Aha! I am preparing a lesson plan for young Chichen, our family hero. Well, you sure got that fast, so what are these yellow wormy things there? Aha! It's the star! Twinkle twinkling in its radiance. According to this schedule you have prepared, the student would have -3 hours available for sleep. This lesson plan's execution will require cooperation from E.G.O. It would be a mistake most fatal indeed. I shall correct it post-haste. E.G.O was staring at Dante's expression of wide artistic merit upon the curriculum with her usual crescent moon eyes. Crescent moon eyes? That's a way to cause someone's eyes that are always closed. That's definitely a way to call it. Wait, is that supposed to be Shigun's grimace? Shake? Of course, each two down, I suppose. I need not to. I need not be shaken by every little thing until we have the actual lesson plans in hand. Hey, thanks for putting your faith in us, Shigun. We barely have any of that to go around ourselves, so I understand it couldn't have been easy. You could say that I have learned my lesson. The recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end. You're learning without an end. Another student! Well, I already know! It's the punishment time! For Sinclair. I see that you have all individually worked on your lesson plans, especially on request. Yo! That's awesome. Yo, bunny! I've received a total of 12 lesson plans. Hold on, should there be 13 of them? Even the executive manager has decided to spare their precious time to teach a class. Yeah, I had a right lesson plan too. That is because... so who didn't do their homework? After a brief silence, black silence, after a black silence, everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. I need that sound effect, that is so awesome. Ich will look up that sound effect, that boom. The Limbus wine boom. I need that as a sound effect. It ain't me. Oh please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else other than you could possibly... It's me. You think... You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's, I think there was strange in Sweat for some reason. Actually, I instinctively see it was a large stack of papers, each filled with the brim with writing. I think there are these papers. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan and just couldn't stop myself from writing. Yeah. I think I couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed that big bundle of so sweet-soaked papers in Shio's hands. She received it with mild trepidation. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in trying up this lesson plan. What's up with her? That's the review from the first of the stack. 108 analytical approaches to an SDT's AAA. What does AAA mean? And how do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Appreciation of artistry in assassinations. If you went too far. Right, sorry! She is really out of character. Secrets becoming every single sinner. Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? It's quite viscous and the paper has partially melted. Lady, watch yourself. You almost got some on your arm. Painting. Huh? Cedar? And trades, coding, word. Now you know how STGs appreciate the artistry of slot. But what in the heck did you paint on the paper? Hey, get it together! Cedar stumbled briefly. Whatever was on the paper must have given her quite the shock. My mind wandered for a moment. This is too dangerous to be used for this. Thus it goes to the discover. Wait, weak sauce. Shido crumpled up the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight. Next. Intro to Societal Reintegration. Impressive title. The one. How to shake hand with your left hand when situation calls for it. Chapter 2: Exploration of the exclusively long-sleeved fashion and practices. Chapter 3: Projecting confidence and why having a barked arm is totally. Oh come on! Oh come on! Come on, Gregor! You could have gotten more of a history lesson of your car with all that stuff that happened with the war. Like, come on! It could have been way more interesting. That's you know how it is. Be proud of what you are. All that philosophy stuff. I wanted this lesson to give a bit of a paradigm shit. Where we can all come to see our flaws as failings, but as evidence of our individuality, which will usher in a world where we can carry on with our lives, no matter what kind of arm we have. This guy next. You quickly flip through the pages. The intro to Definitive Linguistics, subheading The Power of Words. Sticks and stones may break their bones, so let's add words to the pile. My credentials include the ability to dress down and opponents so hard that they fall into the knees and beg me to stop. I've plans for application as well. The lesson teaches methods pertaining to the training to disguising compliments in criticism and vice versa. All of this seems very difficult to learn. I've concluded from my hitherto observations that your teacher is an individual with great promise in this field. Follow my instructions to the T, and I guarantee you have this cadet shall be able to have the upper hand in any verbal confrontations. Is this a curriculum to make the best brother or the best family hero out of me? You seem to be quite interested, but your teaching's vehement veto eventually overruled this suggestion. Now justice, another impressive title. Subheading: Methodologies of captivating the entire room of preoccupied audience. Discard. Fiante, what for? Next. Praxis of ego splitting concerning intermirror conflict between the self and the reflection, and paradoxically a fractured theory of idealism in which one attempts to open an unopening door to open the door. Utterly incomprehensible, this guy. Perhaps Miss Rio should advise, and to truncate the lesson title should have been taken in earnest. survival, and exploration. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to reap trouble under the rug while the team leader is looking. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I've now done the 3 culprits. Oh wait, I've got to take the part out. And into the shredded van. When did that paper shredder get here? When did it get? When did that paper shredder get here? This is hilarious. The art of using yawning as a cover popping a cookie or two into your mouth, especially useful when getting lectured. If you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too. So it was you who made those crushing noises in our last meeting. What? No! You take me for an amateur? The art of social maneuvers? How to let it flow through you. How to not make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad-mouthing you. The most important part is to flash the refreshing smile in a way that looks honest. It helps when you convince yourself that the smiling is what brings good fortune. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. I remember that. People used that technique to confuse a lot of Dark One young people who hated him. I see. I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. Next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received. More so. This lesson plan was designed based on Roderick's advice that I must promote the strengths that are unique to myself. Look, in my defense, I did not consider that to be his unique strength, okay? Let us consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality one might seek in the family hero. This one is certainly interesting. I wonder what Faust has written. What separates bravado from bravery? Check shy, sort of, and grab your weapons. Yeah, I've always gotta read the full print. It's my philosophy. That reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. Martial prowess is indeed an indispensable part of the family hero's quality. But our focus is not on developing a hierarch of a syndicate. Next. Oh yeah, Dante. Also. Information disparity as a drive of inequitable treatment. That's actually the most interesting sounding one so far. Identification of engineering frameworks. Okay, it's kind of losing me, but I'm still on board. Woo! Oh boy, the Gazelle Shop! For systematic resolution in rational, self-interest driven societies and... Is this still going? It was 1/5 of the full time. It seems that the same trouble has hindered both you and I. No more than that title was added for its absolute necessity. Indeed. Hey, at least she actually put an interesting part. Finally. No, that's over. It's finally my turn. We haven't read through Ryoshis and Dante's. Yeah. Sinclair's side to the gravitas of someone who's just been bestowed with the most important mission in his life. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. So I guess you can say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. I call my lesson the figure on self-overcoming. We have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but always striving to be a better person. And then I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I who I was yesterday, Ma? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potentials living deep inside. So with everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities, how to always shoot higher. But, you had me for a second there. But what's up with the acting like you were an infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Of course, I've prepared a speaking class so where you can learn how to speak with modesty too. I never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it. Yeah, too bad he's so into it that he's not even listening to what she's saying. Following that, your company is this is that Sheila has completed her review. Oh, I see. And how's everything going, everyone? Class prep going well? My curriculum was special. Okay, so that's a no. We saw his impression of one taking a quick glance at Kyoto, who was solving and battling the shredder pieces as a lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust, at least Sinclair's lesson plan survived. Miss Sada, I prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plans. Would you like to take a look? Actually, getting soda when looking at the dozens of lesson plans Sinclair presented so proudly before they were looking away. The young especially was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity. So he doesn't know. You mind explaining this, Sheila? I could not bring myself to tell him. Apologies. So this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plan on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way to your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of Chiachin's teachers. Or should I call you pupil, Sinclair, to be exact? This has gotta be a mistake, right? Isn't Chichin the pupil here? No, there haven't been any mistakes. My lord has specially instructed that you are to learn from this as well. What? This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. No. Now this looks like a proper class. It would have felt pretty dang empty if just the teacher sitting there on her own, don't you think? Besides, I'm not saying the resident expert on going to schools, right? School was a luxury for me, you know? Yeah, maybe. But that doesn't mean I ever wanted to go back to school. You should learn to be grateful. You don't dull out my teachings to just anyone. I don't forget, we had to redo the whole lesson plan under the supervision. Which is, you always gotta get on your soapbox and try to lecture everyone about something after every single battle anyway. And you, Pushback, you always get hyper-fixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours. At least, and I will ensure you that you receive the best education I can promise, Sinclair. Hold on, so you say, I thought we were the underdog duo. Remember doing the checkup when I said we got this? We were going to get this together. The evaluation paid into the twisted picture of a true scale of strength. To some measure of which Ron is relied entirely on physical might. I shall not be hesitate to impart something for those who require education. Congratulations, my lady. You have found yourself a dark night. Something. I just love the next cut screams. With some also called a bestie, depending on desk placement. Deskmate, bestie? What the heck does any of that mean? She just eyes widened with confusion as though she just heard those words for the first time in her life. When I first met her when she was 16, she explained to me that she hadn't attended any school like institution. It's good to see Sheila is alright after being hit by an insane attack. No, it wasn't that insane. It just was a point-blank attack of a flaming greatsword with shooting capabilities that was burning hot. So much that the attacks were unbreakable. Like, come on! It was only one Mung ring. Come on, it's nothing. The only thing really scary is. Come with it. But don't forget the Mung ring. It's nothing. It's nothing. Only 5 ranks. Then it's some real issue. This is par for the course of children of Pyongyang who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hero. The reason being that schools can be school can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. So, his mates and besties simply began to explain. Soon we recited to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners as suspicious. That's made and the besties You should sit next to each other and help one another out. I best might nudge away when it does so. Share home with one another if one forget to do that. It usually end up being included in the best memories of each other's school life. So not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. We may have come a few years late, but I am moved that my lady finally has a chance at experiencing school. Same here. I remember it like yesterday. Teacher would sit and watch other kids walk to school with a distance, tears welling in her eyes. Huge! Oh, that reminds me. One day out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunch boxes with friends. I haven't a clue as to where she even heard about it, but she snuck into the kitchen and wait, don't forget you guys. I have lesson plans to write. Come on, hurry up. 30 days are ticking down. Well, only got 50 days. Of course. Unfortunately, I have become quite occupied with another test of great importance, assisting way with indexing and reviewing various documents that I creation in need of organization. Last time I leave this lesson planning test to you too, Sheila and Miss Sauter. Have you any thoughts on this matter? Slacker. What was that? I said nothing. Slacker. Sit down. Yeah, cultivate. We got the cultivate button! Should we go in there? uh, 30 days of classes. That's probably it. Let's just do this. Students out there appear to have aged several years overnight, their faces sunk in a silver. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each center, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. Miss Sheila? Apologies. Sleep deprivation has reached me of clear mind. Oh, so relatable. Yeah, so I didn't doze off a bit. The path of an educator is truly a grueling one. Marching to battle would be much easier. Say thanks to Mr. E.G.O's methodology, he said, we did manage to find a way to make this quite efficient. Efficient? Huh? We are true family hero. Dozens, hundreds of values. One must understand and master. However, to do so in 50 days, as promised is an implausible effort. Thus, we have categorized the countless virtues into 3 supercategories. And they are called... what are these supposed to be? She, Young, and Ren. She, wisdom. The wise doesn't need a people know it. To hold one's black silence is need to speech shall cause them people to speak in need of silence shall cause them words. Cause them words. They reserve secrets of logic. Young, courage. The ability to overcome fear, to act decisively. Have too much of it and risk becoming a bird. Have too little and risk becoming a raven. It needs harmony and balance. Don't tell me power. So how far are we allowed to go with corporal punishment again? Okay, no distance of any discussion regarding corporal punishment. And ran humanity. Thank God. Think this of power. But yeah, good thing it wasn't power, because then we just had the lesson of wisdom, the lesson of courage, and the lesson of power. And right, humanity is the benevolence of the heart, the compass swallowed by the sea to behavior that dictates respect toward every human. Clearly most of the faculties of the school are faculty of the school were severely lacking in all 3 of the criteria. Just how do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? Oh, sorry, that's off again. Okay, most of the faculties of the school are severely lacking in all 3 of your criteria. Just how do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? Yeah, like a certain someone who needs a lesson in Ren. Are you sure I'm in good hands? Because what the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? Mr. Wei and Mr. Young are currently quite preoccupied with handling the monumental task of paperwork. Alright, Mr. Wei wanted to deliver this message to you. Be strong, my lady. Wei! Despite her protestation, the 30 days of classes commenced. Okay, let's see. How is it going? My tutorial? Oh yeah. Info. So, the goal of this game mode is to raise the main stage Young and Ren as high as possible over the course. No? Wasn't it Young to be middle? Like around the middle? That was just talked about in lore. as high as possible over the course of 30 class days. Each class specializes in raising different stats, and some classes might even raise or lower the students' morale value. Aside from days with fixed classes, you can choose up to 3 classes per day. The variety of selecting classes grows as the days go by. Classes can either end in success or failure. A successful class will greatly increase the amount of stat gained, but a failed class will greatly reduce the amount of stat gained. Higher morale results in higher chance to have a successful class. So, sanity. Class combos are class combinations that give certain bonus effects when choosing when those classes are taken the same day. Once you discover a combo, you can preview the activation in the schedule menu. When all discovered combos have been undiscovered combos in the combo list page. Once you have selected all your classes, select the begin class button to begin class. Classes progress automatically during class. You can view the students changing stat values in real time. Taking a class gives EXP once a class EXP has. Sorry. Once a class XP has been maxed out, the class will be upgraded to the next level, taking higher level classes will yield more stat increase. Please note that classes cannot be upgraded beyond Master. Raising Shion or Rens that's beyond a specific level or upgrading a class to a certain level will enhance the student's combat prowess. These enhancements are applied separately for Chi-Chi and Super. Select the magnifier icon here to view Chi-Chi's detailed stats. On certain dates, combat encounters may occur in place of classes. Chi-Chin will be participating in these encounters on her own. Midterm, yeah. Skill slots are gained automatically. Press the gong-shaped button to begin the combat phase. Only by winning the combat encounter, she can progress in the next day to the next class. What, I cannot check any E.G.O. Oh my god. Top, right? Okay. Didn't have the combo? There are quite a lot of combos. I don't like that it says new one. That's very. Mandatory class. Aww. It's a little smile. So cute. My name is Yusei. It is so. Class I have prepared for the day. I have heard plenty about your mirror attack. Which makes me wonder. Going by the level of advancement in that technology, couldn't you have approached it from a different angle? You know how technological advancement usually goes. People invented for the sake of creation, only had to have their inventions inevitably evolved into weapons of destruction. Indeed, you show much promise already. As you surmise now, the mirror has, in the past, almost been employed to shadow possibilities instead of reflecting them. I'm sure that's an angel most others wanted to see happen. Removal of potentially skills. Sounds much more palatable than potentially it's just potential itself. Some people, after all. Correct again. Yet destruction was a word that bore too much suffering from my heart. My soul egress from it was abandonment of my condom. Okay, yeah. Of a quondam, fellas, and my life work, making myself a fugitive from the past. How did you bring yourself to just abandonment, Art? I conversed. Who? With myself, that lies within me. As you're aware, the mirror's reflection extends beyond the weight of our own reality. It reflects the potentialities, the latent strength, and the world. Yet even among them, the reflection of the greatest importances and of myself. Let not the innumerable worlds of the mirror enchant your gaze. First, one must direct the studies inward and reflect upon oneself. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Now, if you're prepared, do explain what you see in the mirror. You needn't haste. And then it's Ishmael. What if fun? For some reason, Chichin appeared to be hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I looked into the mirror for so long time. My lady? Yeah, identity. Maybe we get a horse and show up. My lady, do you recall Sunshine of the She family who contacted you for a meeting? Yeah. The guy who said he was gonna show me a precious flower that blooms only at night. I remember that you were vehemently against me going out there. So I stayed inside. I wanted that kind of flower. It was. Don't tell me you were actually looking forward to meeting him, my lady. Oh, of course not. You were wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited by it. The white man had hired a group of assassins to ambush the meeting spot, and would have been waiting here to spring. The trap had begun. But apparently, he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it, Limbo? Apparently, he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad I didn't go away. You were right. If only you still had the Wu branch under your control. Stop it! We agreed to move on from that, remember? We don't have to talk about it. I was brushing my hair and looking in the mirror as we were talking, but I realized that I no longer recognized the girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I just had it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off because I had to. An experience like that was going to be a common occurrence anyway. That very heroic war was always looming on the horizon. Perhaps what you felt then may have been shame. But it is paramount to face oneself nonetheless. Nay, especially so if it was. And Sinclair, what do you see? I see. Well, I just see myself smiling. I see what's. Myself smiling. I don't see what's out of the ordinary. It seems like Sinclair couldn't bring himself to face the mirror. This music is really calming. Okay, but it seems like Sinclair couldn't really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, after what we just discussed, I think I understand something now. Now that I've had some quiet time looking at my reflection, I think I uncovered part of it myself. I have hidden away for a long time. I had a precious time learning and converse with my inner self. I learned how to be more true to myself and looking at Music is great. There's a metaphysical approach to ego and the reflect word level up to expert. That's resistance minus. Unkilled. Oh no. Save your class progress on the end. Does it continue like that now? It starts early, then late. Also, I really don't think we get to that much more of actual battles. But yeah, it seems to be that this one is the focus of it. And yeah, there's an exclamation mark. Achievements, yeah. Cookies and class. We got achieve. Clear all achievements. Discover. Increase stat. Take classes, 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 take classes. Safety seat teachers training to the end. Maintains the tip-top morale for 7 days in a row. I don't know how to get the morale up. I know that some classes take it. Take every teacher's class. Pass the 4th midterm. 1st, 2nd, and 1st. So pretty much everything on the what you would get to the pretty much everything. That's probably all of them would get their own focus. Midterm, story relevant. I think like the only like normal achievement is the tip-top morale 7 times in a row. Great theater. Yes. There's still a lot. Everything here really doesn't give that much currency. What do you grind for this? Yeah, okay. Okay, don't gives morale when clearing. Okay. This true that the station of teaching is prone to imbue one with a sense of bashfulness. So teaching both said with a bit of an apprehension as well. Which is understandable given what Sada told them sometimes before the lesson started. Some time ago. But this would have been a glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a while, and finally decided to voice his doubts to Sada. So what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? Have you not considered her that her usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth. You worry too much, Otis. Well, she may not like you. Uncured is extremely well reserved, and those adventure tastes. And what would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered that facts often appear when history is in the making? Bum bum bum. Let us see here. Uncura took a second to savor the moment as though she had been preparing her whole life for it, then continued. Amongst the greatest fixers whose honored names were engraved in history. Oh, verily, let us commence this lesson with the tale of the fixer E.G.O. This tale beginneth in the year... sometime later. Are you done? Just how can she continue to talk at such length? She's been going for ages. Thus cometh the great... Thus cometh the time to test thy dedication to this death, and knowledge that should naturally come with it. A pop quiz, if thou wilt. And did she even find time to prepare this? I can assure thee, this quiz is entirely reasonable difficulty if thou hast paid attention in class, so worry thee not. Does pop quiz have prizes? But of course, I came prepared for such inquiries. For each answer I shall bestow upon thee from the very treasure chest of mine. These precious fixer badges. Forsooth, there not let a single day go by in which I did not polish each and every one of them on 3 separate occasions at the very least. I don't know, I don't really need them. Yeah. A fine applause! If there's a bonus reward for the victor who, by the end of this match, carries more badges, thou shalt attain the role of a protagonist in this theatrical play of my making. Fixer Chronicles UFA. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. I am still not really, it's not doing anything for either of us. No. It's a pretty useless reward if you turn this into a competition. I won't lose. Seriously? I'm scared you'll lose. In history, is history your weakness or something? How have you noted? I was a teacher's pet at every single history class I took. I'll have you know what I was. No matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. Okay, if that's how you want to play it, I'll have to know what that I was. That were prodigy in art classes too. I had great in art classes, pretty good in math too. was just being humble because I didn't want to see your father. Oh, then let me tell you that I was trained in the mastery of at least 10 different disciplines every single day. And, and on one of those days, I had known that one of my masters heard me. He said, just like Mr. G.G. was finally getting a feel of our friendship close in age of fortune in school. That's good. No matter how excellent her masters were, there are some experiences that you just can't learn from teachers. I took the response. This year, 505 was a historical community consensus on the most illustrious battle that the fixer UFA is said to have partaken in. Allow me to impart on the three major clue. If thou hadst paid enough attention to this course upon the 5 pages in which the fixer UFA was mentioned, this should not be a difficult to answer. Please, honorable fix of the Cerulean Empire, Heaven, who attained to triumph in the battle of Random Tree in the year of the in the year of 465, have said what was the worst the ordeal she had faced in her career. I've got it. The answer was she had to forge onward, despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one as they held the line and burned up it. Yeah, I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I had a tough one. That was too slow. Yang Jijun, though, the incorrect. Honorable fixer of the Syrian Heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she forced to stand before her enemy with hair that was not luscious as the supply line breakage caused her regular delivery of nutritional supplements to cease. What thou hast suggested, young Jidun, was the 17th most difficult ordeal. Ah, okay. I mean, it's good music. I'm gonna wash my face to be a bit more awake. I may have returned Earth. Besides thy brain, thy face washing, I have acquired some sugary substances to go along with the awakeness attempt. F. Besides, thy ingenious neon is now standing. And I'm gonna turn up the screen brightness. I should stay more awake if I get a flashbang on my face every time everything happens. Okay, are they ready for our glorious adventure to continue? Okay, guys, I am on guard or something. No, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, she's speaking like she was actually there. Fine, the impression is quite understandable, for I am trained in the ways of vividly regaling these tales. Man, most of these are tales I have learned from books. Like a teacher. Much did I anticipate an opportunity to regale these tales to such an audience, enough to study the ways of minstrels. There was a clear look of pride in her twinkling eyes. I was completely absorbed in the exhilarating tales of victors. I even forgot to breathe at one point. Alright, up again. What was the secret technique, Honorable Fixer Lysander? Oh, no. No. Employed in this resolution of the case of the Fae Forest? Diplomacy? Speak its name in full. Goddamn Lysander. What's he gonna do? Destroy all humans for a balanced world for Pokemon? Or something? I don't know. What was the plot of X and Y again with Team Flare? I forgot. I know it was an ancient machine and whatnot. I mean, there's Pokemon National CA for a reason. I've got it. It's a summer night fantasia. Yet I cannot let pass such an unmotivated retelling of his super ultimate move. How could one internalize the true noble spirit of Fixus by simply reciting it with such an apathy? Thou must recreate the exact pose and the enunciation. Enunciation? No. Are you kidding me? Come on, you can do this, Chichichu. You can do this. This is nothing. Yo! Donna's crying. Illusions of a midsummer night shall devour thee whole. I know it's there. Summer Night Fantasia! Even I post, goddammit. Fine enunciation was quite shaky upon the word the illusions, yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage thus to bestow upon thee this badge. I grow tired of this nonsense. Just how much longer are you planning to drag this on? To smother the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder and find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. Yeah. That was awesome. Awesome. We got this with the first badge, but then I grow tired of this nonsense. And it was actually a reenaction. Dante lights, left side. Gotcha! Don Quixote, who was watching Sinclair and her teachers two-person play, silently wiped her tears away. Bravo, Prepper. Certain minor details were missing, such as that your afraid Victor was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with a lighter in his left pocket before every door, yet 'twas a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart upon thee. When faced with a great adversity, in fine adventures, rekindle the memory of your fate, fix his final duel, remembered well. Thus cometh to an end the lessons of today. It was just for a moment, but I think I'm starting to get it. I get why she's obsessed with fixes. Clutched tightly in Chuchin's hands, where the badges Don Quixote had given to her. I was completely absorbed in this narrated tales of fixer. I even forgot to believe it at some point. I had a very precious time learning and convince with my inner self, with my inner demons. And 60 max HP. We're gonna end every learning with Don Quixote. Be passionate and dream on. Fix a tape. I love that this expression was the thing that they thought like, yep, this is the one. This is the one every player is gonna see. Boom! Oh? This is a commandment part taken from the structure that forms E.G.O. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis on the nature of the former E.G.O. singularity, which has been enduring for such a long time. Teacher's mind, I'm goaded, aren't I? Like how you didn't say anything when Dawn cried. Well, carbonated. Carbonate. Huh. You look kinda upbeat today, Miss Faust. Miss Faust! May not have a teacher king. I may have an exception for Miss Faust. Oh wait. Oops. No. Okay. As there was potential of an integration into Mephistopheles, I made a request to disassemble a part of the bus's engine. It was denied. A shame. Aren't you the one who built Mephistopheles though, Miss Faust? Mephistopheles is indeed Faust's work, but not all of it was mine. It is possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into its creation. I would much enjoy a chance to completely disassemble it, even its engines, so that it could be reassembled with my own hands. Yeah, sure. Lotto. Based on the skits I learned, I managed to recreate the model of a machine from Faust's blueprint. Checks it minded and fixed association encyclopedia for dummies. That's fun. Did the animations change? Probably not, right? But that is fun. So that's how it works. I think I get it. Didn't think this is so I had to get to learn more about the old E.G.O. I don't think I can do much against the reconstruction days right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for me to gradually dismantle the iniquitous thing. The day when Hongyang can be a place where people can live without fear. Without the fear of the encroaching reconstruction days. Without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they are full or not. And then Hongyang can be a place where you can sleep with the promise of safe tomorrows. I'm sure you'll put it off. Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Foss. Bang! The voltages must have been set too high. Repeat experiment with a different combination of fuses and wires. There was supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? Excellent! Yo, this peak! Peak! Is there a combo? Okay, I can only choose one. Okay, but I think Gregor right now doesn't have any combo. Yeah. Unlike some other classes, which were more on the upbeat side of things. Ooh, the music. The music, guys! The music! Come on, Gregor. Give us the history lesson of a prime time! Or something, I don't know what you're gonna teach us. The room sale felt grim and solemn. Lament. Like I say, there's so many things you can point back to lament in this game. As soon as everyone saw what Gregor had written on the chalkboard. On war. Losing a wing war leaves a much larger, longer-lasting impact than some medium-sized enterprise closing up shop. It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one recently, didn't we? We were this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here, which absolutely would have happened if Miss Cheechan would here failed to finish her ascension. It would have spread like wildfire too. Wild? So my class is going to be about what exactly happens when a war. A piece of chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went to scribble something on the board. His left arm was trembling as though the room's temperature had plummeted only for him. Man, why is it gotta... excuse me, monsieur. Is it okay if I smoke? Go ahead. You good? Well, when else am I gonna get a chance to share the realities of war right to a wing chief executive officer's face, right, huh? The moments that just don't come off your skin, no matter how hard you scrub at them. Hey, take a break if you need it. I'm going to listen to every word you have to say here today, no matter how long it takes. Man, do I appreciate that sentiment. Well, still, though, I can't dilly-dally when Miss Chichen's got other stuff to deal with, huh? So, let's take a look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War. Okay, this is like this is the best subject. Yes, I never thought I would say that to history lesson, but damn, that's the best one ever. Holy shit! Managed to understand the troubles most foot soldiers go through and learn to get a better idea of the flow of a battlefield. He probably has a combo together with Rodiard, because apparently they do always have, and Otil, because double the war. And that's why the smoke war fronts were mostly categorized by trench warfare. No one wanted to risk fighting in concrete jungles, where they could be surrounded by enemies at all times, so everyone tried to draw each other out in an open field battle, which naturally turned into trench warfare. Why did I say French? French warfare! God damn! I'm sorry for all French people. And also, never a fan of carbonation. Of course, every wing has a different singularity, so this isn't really applicable to all cases. It's just the former E.G.O would find flat plains easier to maneuver in. And then E.G.O is on an open field, and then a sniper appears. I feel like Dagwanyan could make a pretty good use of Hongyuan as a defensive fortress. Especially with its internal structure constantly shifting around, which the Haitian know and use very well. Exactly. This should explain why they were hesitating outside Dagwanyan. Remember the farm fellas? The ones we met who were going in circles. Not to mention how the Haitian all utilized the topography of Hongyuan differently. Even if an outsider were to get a read on how one of the branches maneuver around Hongyuan, as long as the 12 Haitian branches are standing, Hongyuan is unassailable. Well, there's what going into all that. I'm sure we all know what the best answer in all warfare is. Not having a war in the first place. I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some of the stories you've been telling us. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to have to not only witness it, but to go through all of that. We did visit your famous, Gregor, but it wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. Yes, that's why we need a comeback for Gregor's family. We need a second Gregor dungeon, please. The city was devoured in smoke, its citizens in madness. She'd always shrug off those stories as ramblings of the past. But during the war, she stood at the center of the heartless machine that was the city. Its every gear calibrated, and slaughterhouse precision to maximize the death of its people. Death of its people. There's the mid-combination. Yeah, she must have witnessed things far worse than the worst the city presently has to offer. His eyes gazed beyond the veil of the bygone past, shaking relentlessly in pursuit of what was no more. Oh boy, sorry fellas, I'm afraid I got carried away. Lamented. There we have it! He said the line, roll credits, that's the end of Limbus Company. A favorite word. What happened that I forgot this was supposed to be a class. I'll be sure to prep something more useful next time. Oh yeah, the first version of today's title was not a regretter's friend, but lament. I don't know, everything you told me really solidified my resolve. And chaos within Hongyuan needs to come to an end soon, lest something so horrible could happen. I'm heading to my next class. But wait for me! Even after the two students had left, Gregor lingered in that room for a while, lighting up a cigarette after cigarette without erasing what he wrote in the chalkboard. Smoke soon filled the room. He left only after almost emptying the entire pack. It's a heavy topic for him! And cigarettes are a kind of relief. So yeah. Gain 1 defense level up and Jin Gang bonus passive. Oh no! Hello! Oh no. Gregor? No. Yusinga? No. He also doesn't have a combo of anyone. Chad. We're gonna be fast and done again. I'm like more focused on XP farming. Ooh, she's back! Let's go! Oh, this is going, Shichin. I'm not you. I'm not you, big bro. I pay attention in class. Oh, hello, Miss Dayu. She was really insistent on helping me out, even though I refused because she looked preoccupied. The moment I found out about the contents of his lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do this alone. Looks like it's going to be another serious class. Ah, apologies for the delayed greetings. Dayu of the Lin family formally extends her greetings to the venerable hierarch. Been a while since I heard that greeting around here. Wait, what about Big Sister Barachai? Are you sure it's okay for a true family bodyguard to be here? I'm no longer employed as Miss Barachai's guard. Wait, don't tell me we got you for... Everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Bow Chase orders. As for why she no longer needed my services, I don't understand myself. She suddenly let me go after the trouble was over. So, what's there for you to teach me, Big Bro? The last lesson plan about not making things awkward got the vetoed by Shido, so you could have taught me a thing or two if we were still kids. But come on, you spent most of your time stuck in Yihongguan before leaving Hongyan. I don't know what you could possibly have to teach me. Don't you worry, Chichin. This is the one thing I think I'm pretty good at. My lesson for Chichin and Sinclair is a clear, neat handwriting Honglu wrote, surviving Hongyuan on a chalkboard. Ah, well, I do think I need any. I don't think I need any help in that department from you. Look, I know you've had your share of assassination attempts, Big Bro, but Jiamu, Ami, and the previous hero and the Elders favor sheltered you from the worst of it. She's not wrong. Back when we had to fight our way through a bunch of sweepers, weren't you also one of the handful who got assassinated? Oh, Dad? I was wondering the hallways. I was wondering the hallways because I felt like something was off about my rooms. Until Thunder told us all to go back to our rooms, of course. Wait, it was my fault? You do have some intuition. I give you that. Looks like I'm going to have to prove myself. Would you mind preparing the thing? You have my utmost faith, but please do practice caution. Sometime later, Linda, you appeared with 4 bowls, splishing with tea before sprinkling some powder into one of them. What's that? That's powdered wolfsbane. I see where this is going. You're going to teach me how to tell which of these bowls contain poison, right? You can stop now. I learned to recognize infamous poisons like wolfsbane when I was 7. It was something as tame as what you are suggesting, Manable Hirak. I would not have been here to accompany him. And that you continued her process. Spring the wolfsbane powder into 2 more bowls. Honglu, who was watching that with an oddly contented expression, closed his eyes. Please mix him up, you. Okay, wait, what? We stared in confusion, but we could hardly tell what was going on with the speed in which Lindayu swapped around the bars. When we looked back at Honglu, there were 3 silver spoons in his hand. The silver spoons were custom made, Daguan Yuan's request. A must-have item for children of the 4 great houses. They can detect non-sulfuric poison as well. Yeah, I know. Actually what? It's nothing. Long gone. Well, we are besieged by threats of assassination from all directions. Knowledge alone isn't enough to save you. What the heck are you? But Honglu opens his eyes before Jie can finish his sentence. And he throws the silver spoon in his hands like throwing pins toward 3 of the bowls. And immediately chucks the 4th bowl, which he hadn't thrown a spoon at. Holy crap, are you insane? You barely even checked them for... sheer ingenuity is always delicious, even when cooled. The 3 silver spoons Honglu had cast earlier were slowly melting away, after quickly becoming tarnished black. Is wolfsbane poison supposed to melt through metal? People like to be thorough with their poisons in Nangguanyan. And so everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood. You have to make a mixture of various poisons to have a real effect. Ah. Fine. I don't want to argue. What's your secret? I want to know too. Do they sound different or something? I just went with my hunch. What's the hunch? How are you supposed to learn that? We are not Heathcliff, you know. You get the hang of it after a few tries. I'll help you out. Shall we begin with 2 balls? I managed to tell the difference between the balls by reading how Lou and I use subtle tests. I see when you say you just avoided whatever felt wrong with a hunch. You were reflexively identifying the thread by reading the room and connecting it to your intuitive experiences. You were using mysterious, anxious breathing to clue you in. So this is how you managed to survive for so long. Listen carefully, Chichin. I know that the adepts of each Heisho will come to your aid with a flick of your wrist. And I know that your residence, Nyangxiangwu, will be engineered by the best craftsmen to become a safe fortress stocked to the brim with all kinds of useful boluses to protect your life. Even still, there will come a day when you will start to feel this creeping sensation whose origin you can identify. When it does, I hope you won't brush off that sensation as nothing. You're worrying over nothing. Yuchichin wiped around away from Honglu as to express dissatisfaction, but a softening expression told me that she was glad to see him worried. Boom! Expo! Every 6 days you will be subjected to midterms. Every 6 days? Okay. I just sit back down. Prepared by the board directors, Jie Yuanjin. Our Peregrine has been prepared to take you to the exam sites, and only by passing the tests may Jie Qiqi retain her status as a family hero. Lady? Oh, don't worry yourself over much. Master Wei, you sound like you're at a funeral. She will pass these tests with ease as long as she's been diligently taking her classes. No, I simply hope I can survive until she returns. Seems that Wei's red of funeral voice wasn't just the utter distance concern for Chichin. Are you sure you're okay? I can't escape them, even in dreams. The unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me like a storm, blurring me. Steal yourself. For that was no dream at all. In fact, never have I once seen paperwork trained with the art of air walking until now. I must be severely sleep deprived. Looks like we are not the only ones going through the ringer. Good lesson. Hey, you're one of the she boys. We're finding a maid. I had hoped to fight you in the family E.G.O war. If you'd run into me then. Isn't it supposed to be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have a busted crush against me? Oh, it's nothing at all. Why in the world would I ever hold a grudge against you? The results of the family E.G.O war couldn't be any clearer. And everyone here, even remotely connected to the Mesa, has all been tracked away and put under investigation. And hey, guess what? They tracked away half of my family, which means more room for me. I should really thank you, right? Honestly, why don't you just declare war against the Shi family at this point? Wouldn't it be much easier? It's not easy. It never is. What are you about all of a sudden? Is it something we should be talking so lightly about, even as a joke? Your family was arrested because they are under investigation for treason against Dark One Young. If they are innocent, I'm sure they'll be released soon enough. I know it's pretty much a given that they'll be ruled as guilty, regardless of what really happened. You know you can't even pay them a visit because you have hidden the sets all over Hongyuan. You're not hidden or holding sets within Hongyuan. Have always been designed to move around in every shot and towards. You know what does the You know, that does seem like the kind of design that would lead people to make some unfortunate assumptions. Though I'm sure the initial purpose was to prevent escapes. I recently gained a better understanding of Hongyuan's structure, so I'm planning to change your policies so that prisoners still on trial are allowed to have fixed vacations. Really? Why did you? I was lucky enough to take a few excellent classes recently. Managed to reflect upon myself a bit too. You did change a little. Say, you better not expect me to go easy on you. Say, you better not expect me to go easy on you. I've got my own I got my own things to take care of. But come on, let's do this. Many illustrious fixers in the past have said that naught but disparagement awaits unjust victories. Let's see how battling works. I'm going to head right back to this. Crystal Strike, go! That's why I want more on the post. Okay. Victory. And for you won. Stop giving me that look and get out of here. You lost most of your time during the family hero war, didn't you? Yeah, so what? You calling me penniless loser? Yeah. You're little, and I'm sure that what I looked into what, and I'm sure that's what I look like to you, too. And while you're sorry, every clan member who died in the evaluation, and you have that have died for nothing. If I show weakness, that means I am making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. So I'm simply going to win. And I'm simply going to win without the fertile soil my predecessors have left behind. Because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood of blood and tears of our units. Shi Huanzhen, you're tenacious, determined, and strong at will. And that must be why everyone stood by you, down the last man. You knew my name, ma'am? I do. So what do you think? Wanna make them say your name in glory for the remaining history of Hong Yuan? Let's see, probably he would have combi. Yeah. Glad you managed to come out on top in your first sparring match. Congrats. Thanks. I gotta admit, your classes are definitely coming in handy. Like you had it. Well, shall we start a look at what I prepared for today? You're teaching about exploring, huh? It's going to be an indoors class. Yep, exploring. Where should I begin? It's a very big subject. If you were in a situation like this, where would you say? What would help them? Being blocked by artillery. just soaring to the top of the highest building in Hong Kong, surviving 10 days in Hong Kong. Backstreets with only items. Before on the top of the highest building in Hong Kong, surviving 10 days in Hong Kong, with only 3 items. I had to plenty of videos, but most of them got denied. And rightly so. That's when I realized that exploring isn't always limited to adventures of this. That's when I realized that exploring isn't always limited to the adventure in the physical space. A few weeks later. So I'm just here to fill in, since the game needs a certain number of players, but can you really call this tabletop game an adventure? In games like make-believe, any simulacra can be made as real as, what a move. Oh nice, got a roll for damage. Young E.G.O here though has absolutely plummeted the Gargoyle Beast with that fireball spell, rendering it most crispy. It was a few minutes before that was wonderfully executed, Miss E.G.O. You... really? Well then. Well then, as my next move. And that's how you came up with this? I have played a few other games, but this is new for me. I've played a few other games, but this is new for me too. I'm still pretty new in general, I guess. This is called Jianghu Journeys. This is called Jianghu Journeys, or J&J. It's a popular game among Pyongyans. It's a popular game among Pyongyans youth. It's gotten generally positive reviews too. But E.G.O is so proudly represented before everyone appeared to be hatred. Okay, which one you want? What you want to prefer me hydrate? Some water or some carbonated fizzy water? If you say my favorite. Yeah, which one? Carbonated or water? What should I hydrate? Carbonated. Okay. Cheers. Almost everything. What E.G.O so proudly presented for everyone appeared to be a board game with numerous cards and minifigures. Okay, what do these huge piles of papers have to do with exploration? Rule number 1. The most experienced player among those gathered becomes the JM. The JM? Yeah, Journal Master. The Journal Master designs the story about the player's choices, sets the stage of what happens next, and generally helps to guide the explorers to safely arrive at the goals. That's why the most experienced player takes the run. Which would be me. With decks? Each character seems to have all these things called stats. Looks like we just have to pick from a set pre-made characters for this one. So, I'm supposed to be playing this character role. Dante and Chichun picked up their cards with confusion clear and direct. You arrive at the great city of Yanyun's a place known to be the gathering hub of all kinds of influential people. You travel here in search of a legendary treasure called, yeah, the Tiana sword. Sort of fun. This was what I wanted to say. When you missed that now, completely. But yeah, the Sword of Fallen, the piano set. The city of Yanyun? Cool. So why are we looking for the sword again? Yeah, it's because, so there's this legend in Yanyun about how the sword of, right, the Tiana sword, is the only way to quell the chaos of these lands and bring peace to its people. And also about having the sword is approved for being a true leader. And so far. You know. E.G.O was stuttering and stammering through the introduction without her usual confidence. I see. This city called Yanyan must be in a lot of trouble. I see. This city called Yanyan must be a lot of trouble too. Seemingly affected by the oddly familiar setting of the story, Chichu nodded solemnly, without noticing stumbling through the introduction. Well, you know how it is. The point is, you guys need to go find that song. And I became the Tiana sword, no matter what it costs me. They are playing. Oh yes, absolutely, they are playing D&D. That is awesome. They don't play D&D. Then I will take the Tiana sword, no matter what it costs me. Chichu nods with determination. What a wonderful adventure that was. I'm so excited for our next session. I mean class! Next session. From the rumors you have gathered. So, okay. From the rumors you have gathered, it seems the Kazan Keep might have heard of the whereabouts of that sword. What will you do? I walk up to the Kazan Keep, Set him up and try to gain his trust. I should remember your whiz is extremely low right now, which means that you're finding it hard to form even the simplest sentence. What if I found a different way to gain the Kassan's trust? That doesn't avoid sweet talking him. I do have a pretty strength style, which could give me the access to certain kind of methods of persuasion. That doesn't require skill in speechcraft. Hold on. I try to convince the Sunkeep. I think I've got a decent chance at this. My whiz is pretty high. And you pass the check! The Sunkeep looks at you, having lowered his guard. Oh, not you, Sinclair. He's still pretty wary of you. Okay then. This is just stand in the corner over there. Unsheath the sword and play around with it for a bit. Then I know what he expects me to do anyway. Isn't it? Just role-playing Heathcliff now, aren't you? The Kassan shares some information about the sword he heard. He explains that the party should seek northeast toward the Yinshi Mountain. But, what is it? He is beginning to whirl on the Kassan's eyes as he continues to explain. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son really bad, just for loitering around the guard. The wound is pretty severe, so he needs he needs medicine, but he can't heal it. And find a way. Find it. I just reread it. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly, just for loitering around the guard. The wound is really severe, so he needs medicine, but he can't seem to find any. There we go. Oh no, that's so bad. We've got a job to do. And so we have found what we came here for. Relieve the Kassan. Well, they say that the JMs aren't supposed to interfere with the player's choices, but let's be honest, I would make the same choice. You can't stop and help out. For every little side quest when there's a whole lot of adventure to go through. Oh, we are not leaving. I'm going to get him that medicine. Ah! After a few tons of various trials and tribulations for Simba, Exanki's son, who fortunately was able to recover, his historian hesitantly shared that he knows. He realized that he's talking about the fairy guardian of the Tiana sword. He recently started with the yoga. He explains that the fairy Yaguai's power grows under bright moonlight. Hold on, isn't it full moon right now? Then we should wait until the sky overcast. Till then, the innkeeper soon takes a look at the clouds, then tells you it might be ready for funeral. Hearing that, the innkeeper's son takes a quick look at the cloud, then tells you and it might be raining in about a week. Let me have him out. Okay, let's make sure we are prepared before we go. It's really funny. It's just B&B. Okay. You're gonna have to roll a 15 or higher to hit. I know, I'm focused. Hey, I rolled a 16. Well, if I find a singular strike from G.O, the very young guy finally falls to the ground defeated. Yes, the dinosaur is ours. Look at it. Excited, the party runs up to the sword embedded deep into the earth and grips enthusiastically up on the hip. With this, we can. However, the defeated fairy Yaguai, whom the party assumed was dead, suddenly jumps. What's gonna happen next? Instead, suddenly jumps to its feet and lunges at Yachichen, who just pulled the sword from the ground. No! I quickly get between Chichen and the monster. If you can. But if that crits, you're going to be pretty dead. It's going to be pretty deadly, even for you. Let's see, you can make the evasion save 1, and one, nope. That's a critical fail. A critical fail, even the leader. That's okay. Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. Behind where lies still as well. The final vestiges often offer its strength. Falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. The young one lies still as well. The final vestige of its strength completely spent. Sinclair! No one without me, take the sword and go down to the village, become the leader they need. That sword. You prove. No. This sword wouldn't mean anything without my adventuring buddy. I'm going to banish Sinclair up and carry him back. I won't leave behind and descend the mountain all on my own. Wait, this is just then, oh yeah, the bleeding stops as soon as you grab him up. He's just that sturdy. He's just that sturdy, you know. That strike could have killed pretty much anyone, but didn't know how healthy he is. On your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here together. Grab into your shoulder. On your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here together. Grab onto my shoulder. That's it. Step by step. Hey, Chisha, look over there. Everyone would have helped and saved the honored Shelly come out to welcome us home. You're right. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, I never would have stopped and talked to every single villager that was there to hear the truth. The sword was only a symbol all along. All of our efforts and the experience was gained for our journey for the sword. Well, what for? After our efforts, experiences we get from our journey for the sword were uptaught. How to be good hero, I mean leader, not the sword itself. You're right, the real success of this adventure was everyone's efforts alongside the way. I feel like the game overtook the class at some point along the way. No, I know I'm enough about it. Teach us what first. Offense level up, Crimson Phoenix skill improved, and one level. I do have to say this event is awesome. It's a lot of fun. Right, I think it's gonna be our last rodeo with it. And then we're gonna raid on. I'm back at expert. But I've been working on the morale streak a bit later. If I didn't know. Slash assistant. So next up we're gonna have monster with judgment containment. That's really something. Oh my god. Tomorrow we're actually gonna focus on everything. If everything goes according to what I hope. And first with offer. Did I? Ah, okay, I actually got that. Nice. What to say? These rewards are not the best. But yeah. But also the best one ever get. I always have enough. I just want to get the most important thing, and I'm close to that, so don't wanna wait up for that. Them all in one pick because they were one of all achievements. Yeah, I just want to get quick as possible the banner and the rest. Definitely gonna do cultivation. It's a lot of fun. So, one question I have. Like, this is the like dungeon, like the repeat thing. Is there not another like repeat stage there anymore? It's a general question I want to get answered. You know, like similar to when that thing where we had the dungeon right at the middle, and then a normal stage has the finale. Is this the same? There's another. Okay. Comparable to this, yes. Okay. Close. So tomorrow I get her to max. Then yeah, Mossad. I'm gonna give Mossad the max level because the Blood Lineage actually kind of deserved it. He was funny MVP. I think. I'm not too sure since these are pretty much ones I would replace. So, like I could also use Footstep Office, which is part of the director team. Yeah, there's two. But yeah, depending on the Arknets collab, if I can exchange some of the E.G.Os, which would be Wild Hunt. If I can, I'm gonna use some of the boxes there. If I can't, which is also like, which is more likely, then I will use it to work on this team, getting the standard Xing Association. She is. She works very well. So yeah, that's probably it. And this is just one thing. It's just generally fun. Yeah, voice band. But there's one thing that's just really annoying. The person with the support has the really awesome, insane Ebony-Stem E.G.O, which would be awesome for the team. But I don't even have the Heisho, so I can't even use it. It's so annoying that the one where you have all the different E.G.Os is the one I don't have the Heisho. That is on that I got Ryosha with one. So, yeah, let's get the music back. So yeah, I'm gonna be awake for a bit more. I'm not gonna be that long in the stream of this. Any idea of a themed raid message? Any idea? Haitian. No, not Haitian. Let me see. This is something. But not Haiti. I mean, it's definitely it's something class related. Info. Ji Ren. Classes more combo. Battle lesson. C2 for hero grade. No, for the fact that he is considering playing, that's a bit too much. Just gonna do something fun. Surviving Hong Yuan, My War Tales, Be Passionate and Dream On, things like this. Exploring and overcoming the unknown. Understanding of city engineering and practices, and metaphysical approach to ego and the reflected world. Judgment Containment. The in Limbus and Dungeon. Limbus and Dungeon. Okay, to be honest, that sounds more like Delicious and Dungeon. Delicious and Dungeon. Limbus and Dungeon. Yes, it's gonna be. No, it would be Dragon and Limbus, but that doesn't roll. But Limbus and Dungeon works perfectly because there are dungeons in Limbus Company. Dungeon and Company. So yeah, our raid message is going to through the window. Our raid message is going to be Limbus and Dungeon. If you want, you can use your emotes. You can use the channel points to unlock an emote to go along with the raid message. But if you don't want to do it and save your channel points for any future sound alerts and whatnot, then feel free to use your own emotes instead. You're going to raid Coda playing the 109 Last Defense Academy, and he is on his 10 billion trillion run or something, I don't know. I am not paying attention to anything pretty much. But we're gonna raid Code. How it always goes. But be nice and yada yada yada. Next time is going to be tomorrow, where we are at least going to finish Cultivate and whatnot. I don't know if I would definitely look into if I can like grind like any other stages for the EXP, but it's gonna be a really early stream tomorrow to at least do the Cultivate, the classes, which shouldn't take that long actually. But I don't know how long I would go on, but I would look before stream begin how I could like do something grind elsewhere. But anyways, I hope to see everyone again next time. when it's time for Limbus Company. So take care everyone and glory for the company.